What's going on, guys? This is the toolbox I've been working on for the past year or so. Got the US General Series 3 42-inch, and then I added on the 27-inch. The boxes are the exact same height, the drawers are pretty parallel, all that. So I like how this setup turned out. It's definitely a cheaper alternative than buying the bigger box. And I absolutely love the box. It's a huge upgrade from what I had, and just gave me a whole inspiration slash addiction just to buy a bunch of new tools. And a lot of this stuff I have is new. I haven't bought new tools in at least 10 years. I've always had cheap tools and always worked for me, always got the job done, but finally starting to upgrade to some nicer forever style tools, I guess. Starting off with the top drawer, it's not just sockets, but also ratchets and screwdrivers and pliers and other little things that I would mainly grab. Starting off with the ratchets, I have the long 1/2-inch Pittsburgh Pro ratchet, and then just recently upgraded the 3/8 to the new Icon G2 series ratchet, which these things are actually very, very nice. Their new mechanism is super nice, super smooth. I actually really like the grips on this. I don't really like soft grips on ratchets, but this one I actually really do, and I'd actually highly recommend it. This is a huge upgrade from the Generation 1. I didn't like the Generation 1 at all, and I love the new ones. Also the Pittsburgh Pro 3/8. I started the box off with these. That's kind of the new ratchets I put in there, and finally starting to upgrade even into some snap-on stuff I never thought I'd buy because it's dumb as hell for me to buy. I'm not a professional. I'm not going to use these every day, but snap-on ratchets are just smooth as shit, and I just love them. I bought this guy, the F80, used on eBay. I got that for like 50 bucks, and I would just pick it up every single time. Even if I wanted a longer handle ratchet or whatever, I would just use it every single time because I just fell in love with it. And then I got the FL80, just the long 10-inch 3/8 handle, and this is my go-to. It's my favorite ratchet. I use it 90% of the time. And then you guys know how it goes. You got to get the 1/2-inch and the 1/4-inch and all that kind of crap. And so I do have a long handle 1/4-inch, a standard handle 1/4-inch, a flex head 1/4-inch. I bought this flex head soft grip 3/8 that I didn't plan on buying, but I got that for a little over $100 on auction on eBay, brand new, and I just couldn't pass it up. Same with the pearl white indexing ratcheting head. I got that for a little over $100, way under retail. So definitely check out eBay, kind of watch around for auctions and stuff. Things I wasn't planning on buying, but glad I got them. I actually could see a good use case for that indexing head at some point, some weird thing. The FX80B, the locking flex head, I did pay retail price for this, and I just love it. It just locks in so well. I've always hated locking flex heads because they don't lock that well. Snap-ons do, as they should, because they're expensive as shit. And then I got the S80 1/2-inch, and then of course I had to try one of their screwdrivers, which their screwdrivers have a really nice grip, nice triangular type grip. But for screwdrivers, I definitely fell in love with the PB Swiss brand. This is definitely my favorite brand. I love the grips on them. I do prefer the smaller handles, and the screwdriver itself is extremely nice, high quality. The magnets on them are nice. They're like 12-13 bucks a pop, which to me is insane because I'm used to paying 99 cents for a screwdriver, but I love that brand. Got their flathead, and then got some snap-on pliers. Once again, don't really need, but this was the first snap-on purchase I ever made, the LN46s. I bought it for that Talon grip design. I know Icon has that design now, but they don't feel like snap-on. The snap-on steel is just so much higher quality, and what I love about them more than anything is you love them more and more as you use them. They just become so loose, they bite well, and the grips on them are just so nice. So I've been kind of on that little rabbit hole, getting the slip joints and the long needle nose. Got the diagonal cuts. I really do like these a lot. I just bought these because they were unique. These HJ series. This flank drive for like hose fitments and stuff, when it's just a pain in the ass to keep taking a wrench in and off. It's almost like a speed wrench. Weird wing nuts and other things. I find myself picking up these a lot, so I put them in the top drawer. And then the Knipex Cobras, which is something I learned from you guys, a recommendation. And I had the Irwins before. These are so much lighter yet so much stronger. The push button locks in really well. This is one of my favorite brands now. And I got their Pliers wrench, really just a better version of an adjustable wrench. And I have the Icon ones. These are the 180s. These are 7.5 inch or so. And these are just much higher quality than the Icon, in my opinion. And like the grip's better, all that. And another PB Swiss tool. The multi-bit driver, the magnets in these things are super strong. Just put any little 1/4 inch hex style bit in there. Also comes pre-loaded with a bunch of bits. The bits are very nice too. PB Swiss makes, when it comes to screwdrivers, this brand is like top notch. And then I've never even owned a ratcheting screwdriver before, but I had to buy one from them. This thing is just so smooth. It's just so nice. It's like a $60 tool, which is ridiculous, but it's a luxury item. I just wanted to have it. I really actually haven't even used it yet, to be honest. But this was one of the only old tools I kept around. The old Proto screwdriver. This is just the thing that gets into everything every time. This has always been in my top drawer, and I always find myself grabbing it. Just upgraded the pry bar to the Tecton pry bar, which these things feel very strong, way better than the Pittsburgh. They're USA made, which I thought was really cool. You can buy them on Amazon for like $8. Got the pickup magnet, got the spark plug socket, some pass-through sockets from Crescent, which are identical to the Craftsman set that I had, but I was missing some sockets, so I just bought that for like $25. And those come in handy every now and then, and when you need them, you need them. Got the hex keys. We got the oversized sockets, 35, 36, 32, heavyweight 32, just things that accumulated over time as needed. Oxygen sensor, socket, some swivel adapters, all that. The box cutter, a knife from Icon, which is one of my favorite things I ever bought from Icon. This thing, I take one of these to work with me every day. They are very durable, they last long, and ceramic bearings, everything. Literally one of my favorite things I bought from Icon. And I got the little mini Knipex, the 125s. These are like 5-inch pliers, but I like them because they just got that thinner jaw on them. Just a little tape measure. And then the sockets, which are mostly Pittsburgh and Craftsman. I did just buy this set from Tecton, which these feel very nice sockets. I really haven't used them yet, but just little shallow 6-point sockets. It's mostly metric, other than this set is standard deep. And also got the magnetic set from Sunex. It was like $40 for the set, and that set goes from like 5 all the way up to 15. And that the magnet is just great for just getting bolts started, mainly, especially on the backside or something where it's just a pain in the ass to drop a bolt. And then I got some Torx and hex stuff, and then all the pegs and stuff I got for like $20 on Amazon. They're all interchangeable, everything. Little organizer tray. The Icon set, which I love this set. I mainly use it for more stuff around the house, but just, you know, all the different bits, hex and Torx and all that, with the little ratcheting set. Comes in a cool case. My go-to sockets have been the Icon semi-deep sockets. I just like the size of them. It's just not a deep, but it's not a shallow. So I bought them for that reason, but I really do like the way the Icon sockets kind of bite. I've always bought cheap sockets, and I kind of like those actually a lot. I got the standard set as well, and then I got the little palm ratchets, which I use these a ton. These were like $5 for all three at Harbor Freight, and literally it's just a ratchet without a handle, and I use these a lot in just really tight places. Got the breaker bars. I got a 25-inch and a 15-inch. And then the wrench drawer, which is all Icon wrenches. I really like the Icon wrenches a lot. And start off with these guys, the flex head, ratcheting, and the flex head is just nice and stiff. The ratcheting mechanism is super smooth. I don't know if they rebrand them or whatever, but whatever they do, these are very nice wrenches, especially for the price. I love the trays and stuff that they come in, the no skip. I got the standard set, I got the stubby ratcheting set, and then got the metric combination, like anti-slip style wrench, sort of like the flank drive knockoff. Got that whole set for 70 bucks. I couldn't pass it up. Just picked up this set on the 40% off sale, the offset double box ratcheting wrench. I just love how long these are, and that's what is going to make them so useful. I've wanted this set for a very long time. Finally got it. The Icon has a lifetime warranty, all that, and I'm pretty sure it's from Mountain. It's just rebranded, but the lifetime warranty, it ultimately coming out to, it came out to like 130 bucks or something for that whole set, so even cheaper than the OEM. And I can just bring it back anytime or swap it out. Got some oversized wrenches, 21, 22, 24, 27, 30, 32 sizes like that. You're obviously better off using a socket, but I don't know, it's just a cool addition. Got the little Harbor Freight bottle opener, and then just screwdrivers and picks. A lot of the Icon stuff I kind of started this box off with, and once again, I love the trays and addicted to that part of it. I do like the Icon screwdrivers a lot. The mini Torx, the mini flathead and Phillips, I love that set. I love this pick set. I use this pick set a lot. The mini picks from Icon are junk. I've been kind of finding some for like $7-8 a piece. Some Snap-on ones. Snap-on ones are like 10 times better in my opinion, way stronger, and just been finding deals. And some plastic trim tool stuff. Got the Blue Point knockoff. Just if you type in 4140 pry tool on Amazon, you can get these for like $7-8. I got the little mini ratcheting PB Swiss, which actually should be in the top drawer. I've actually used this more. I've actually used this and not the other one, but I don't know. And coin slot driver. This was the first thing I ever bought from PB Swiss. Just a unique tool for certain applications, mainly household stuff, but that's just when I fell in love with the grips. And got some punches from Mayhew, another little stubby PB Swiss. The plier drawer, which is way too excessive. I used to have 3 pairs of pliers, and now I have tons of pliers, ranging from Icon to Snap-on, Knipex, some engineer stuff. And I actually do use these a lot from Icon, these hose clamp pliers, just for certain weird things, connectors, things like that. Their flush cut pliers are actually very nice as well. Got a lot of the Snap-on stuff, like 50% off, just waiting around, like some duck bills, some stork nose, things I don't really need, but just kind of bid on them. Like the little short needle nose. I got these from Knipex, the angled pliers. I've been kind of getting fascinated into that angle style plier and stuff. Just a different way of gripping stuff, different angle, I guess. And I do love this brand a lot. These are the finest needle nose pliers I've ever had. These are from a brand called Engineer. These are made in Japan. They're comparable to Van pliers. They kind of compete with them, but they're a lot cheaper. These were like $15, maybe $17 or something on Amazon. They also have the screw extractor pliers, which bite the head of a screw dead on, and these things work even better than the Knipex. I have the Knipex twin grips, and those work even better than those. I got some long needle nose. I got the 49s. I got these HCP 48 BCFs, which are like radiator hose clamp pliers, and these things work really well. I actually really like these. Got these for like 30 bucks. The pink pair I did pay up for, I'm not gonna lie. I just really wanted it. This set right here was a gift from a friend. The CC, the combo cut 87s. These are the traditional diagonals with flush cuts all in one, so these are very, very sick. And got the Knipex wire strippers, which are the best wire strippers ever. I love in the lock position, they leave a little bit of room just to feed some wire through. The lock position is left and right-handed depending on how you're holding it. The cutters on them are amazing. They're very strong cutters, and haven't tried the screw thing yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about that as well. Got the 12-inch Knipex, the Robo style smart grip Knipex, the soft jaw pliers from Doyle. I got the little Knipex bolt cutters I got cheap. I just picked up those Icon crimpers. Finally got a hold of those. Those have been out of stock. And then this is like hammers and brake tool and impact driver, caliper hangers and pry bars. And I was using the Pittsburgh pry bars. I just bought this pry bar from Mayhew, and this thing is, I haven't used it yet, but you can just feel how much stronger this is. These are like 20 bucks, and I love it. I also did buy a snap-on pry bar, which was like $75. It was a lot more, a little 12-inch, but I just wanted a 12-inch bar, and I bought it because of the handle. I love how you can grip it like that and just whack the shit out of it. And I don't know, I love the colors and everything that they come in. So I don't know, that was kind of like an impulse expensive buy. But Icon hammer, I also just bought these, the Knipex Swedish pipe wrench. It's adjustable, everything. This thing just feels super solid. And I had an old pipe wrench and finally got rid of that. Love the brake tool. Different kind of pry bars. And then here's like my brake master kit that I don't use. I still use the same shit I always have for brakes. But my brake bleeding kit, which I use a lot. This thing was like 15 bucks on Amazon. This brand has lasted for years. I got just a bunch of bits and all that, extractor kit, little electronic kit, and then here just scanner, multimeter. The Foxwell scanner is actually a very good middle tier scanner. It's nothing super fancy, but it has different software capabilities that our normal scanner doesn't have. Digital inspection camera, a little thermometer, a headlamp, some pocket lights, test leads, extension drawer, just 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8, all Icon. Once again, just love the organization. The power tool drawer, which is just Bauer stuff. I don't use power tool stuff that much. If I did this stuff every day, I definitely would, and I'd upgrade. I actually do want to get that Milwaukee Insider ratchet, which I'm debating on, but just have a 1/2 inch, a hex, high torque 1/2 and a 3/8. And honestly, the Bauer stuff is pretty damn strong. My friend that has Snap-on and Milwaukee power tools, he even thinks they're pretty decent. Tripod stand for the lights, little suction cup, tire repair kit, just gloves and safety glasses. And then this drawer, this box is sort of like the extension of that. I didn't want these sockets to be all in one drawer. A lot of this stuff I haven't even used. I got a lot of it 40% off. I do love this Icon foam stuff. I got the 1/4 inch, has the long and shallow, metric and standard, and comes with a ratchet and extension and all that, but kind of just kept this set. But the foam is very nice. And then you got their 3/8 swivel impact sockets, the shallow sockets and metric and standard hex, and then some long metric hex, some triple squares. I also got these little swivel 1/4 inch sockets and metric. Just like this set. And got some little e-torque sockets. Those were just cheap on Amazon. And then here is like the offset wrenches, the S-style wrenches. This adjustable wrench from Baco is the nicest adjustable wrench I've ever used. I don't really, obviously it's better to use a right size wrench or even the Pliers wrench, but these are so nice. These are literally snap-on. Baco makes snap-on adjustables. Snap-ons are just fully polished and have a flame drive, but these are 25 bucks. Snap-ons are 100, same thing. It's just so smooth, very little play. The grips on it are very nice. If you want a nice adjustable wrench, I'd highly recommend that brand. I got the little thin jaw ones. These are just from Crescent, which probably buy the Baco of that as well. And then I got some Torx. I got the standard swivels, some canister sockets, little Icon Gold ratchet, extractor sockets. It's kind of random. I'm kind of still working on this box. The torque wrenches, I just got this 3/8 flex head torque wrench from Icon, and I love that new mechanism. Just a quick mechanism instead of unscrewing the bottom. I got the inch-pound from 3/8 from Craftsman, and then just the Walmart torque wrenches that I've used. And then I love these from SK. Just, you know, thin plastic or thin metal, like hard plastic, different packaging, cardboard, whatever. You can kind of cut whatever with these. These were like $15 on eBay or on Amazon, and I really like these a lot. I use them a lot. And freaking still plastic pliers. I don't know, high voltage from Knipex. I bought on impulse. Got some ball and you know, hex keys, a little mirror, and it's kind of like overflow, just stuff kind of making its way out. And then this is like gonna be like the speed drawer, just the cotter pins and the fuses and the zip ties and the Loctite and brake grease and all that kind of stuff. This thing's kind of cool. This little comes with a clip. You can kind of just clip it onto your jeans and just hold screws and all that. And this thing railer, it's pretty cool on Amazon. And then I like this US General little foam tray just for holding a couple tools and some screws. And then this is going to be like more home improvement stuff. I have a lot of other home improvement stuff, kind of working on that. That's going to be for this drawer and the bottom drawer. But just bought a new hammer, been buying these new mallets from East Wing, and you know, the drill bits I got for free. I just picked up the Milwaukee tape measure, which is cool. You know, a little Craftsman stapler. Just kind of working on upgrading some of those things. And bottom drawer, just room to grow and all that. Certain things I'm probably gonna take out and kind of organize a little better. And been wanting certain other things all in on the top of the box. For some reason, I had to buy this, the little Snap-ons semi truck. I don't know why, but I just thought that was really sick. Little decor, I guess. And then freaking got the floodlight and the bow radio, which is not very good in my opinion, but I do really like this Icon light, the new one. On the back side, it has a different color index, so it mimics more of like a sunlight than a traditional LED, and in certain settings you can see so much more clear. And that's why I like this. They put a magnet on the front this time. It's also got a black light and a hook. It's very big. It's a lot bigger. It definitely holds a longer charge, but my go-to is definitely the Generation 1. I probably buy a couple more of those. I use that more than anything. And then I got the Icon puck light. First thing I ever bought from Icon. And then I've been getting into the stream lights. I do take one of those micro streams with me to work every day. I really love it. And then I got their macro stream and their new mega stream. And then got the inverter, just plug in a phone or, you know, something kind of small, and then a little clamp and all that. And that's pretty much it. I do got my Daytona jack. I got several things with the jack stands, my wheel chocks, my little coolant funnel, radio vacuum, all that. And then over here is where I keep all the chemicals and brake clean and power steering fluid and like, you know, just extra fluids. And below that I keep you know, just car wash stuff, and below that just oil pans and funnels and pumps, and below that I keep blocks of wood and all that. Got my shop crane. These are all free buckets from Harbor Freight. Go there a lot. Little baby compressor. And that's kind of what I'm working with. Just trying to add in more things. It gets a little addicting. You guys know how it is. You go through a little tool kick, and I just haven't upgraded things in a very long time. And a lot of tools work. And, you know, when you're not a professional, and you're kind of doing your own car work, you have plenty of time. You have a lot more time to where it's not always, because most mechanics buy certain tools for more efficiency and things. You can always improvise a lot of this stuff and make shift whatever kind of thing you kind of want and make the tool work for you. But it has been more enjoyable and stuff like that. I love working on cars, and, you know, just friends and family love having certain things go on. And so just finally upgrading things. Let me know what you guys think I should upgrade or add in, something basic, all that. Useful tools, I'd really appreciate that. I've learned a lot from even just the comments in the last video, and then just watching toolbox tours, and that's why I added one in as well, and another one, I guess. And yeah, gonna wrap it up here. Appreciate you guys watching, and peace out, guys.